that I'm lying. I wish that you were right. Explain the notion of living in dual realities. I mean, it's not really that complicated. I think that everybody does it. It's just that I'm far more aware of it. I feel like I'm experiencing, like, it's not just dual realities, it's like 7 different realities. I always feel guilty about it. Like, I'm supposed to enjoy reality, but it's very clear. I mean, the television makes it clear that people don't want that, you know? And just seeing all these families come in to my restaurant, you know, with their phones. It's like, yeah, they're choosing an alternate reality, you know? And so I guess, like, I understand wanting to escape the world. What I don't understand is, like, how the escape that they choose leads them right back into the world. You know, like, their escape is more of the same shit that they're, like, running away from, you know? Like, whenever I escape into my non-reality, it's like just this world that I create, characters I create. It seems like people are escaping into a world that's laid out for them, like Twitter world or video games or, you know, characters on a TV show. And, you know, the more that I analyze all this shit, I'm like, you're fucking wrong, Amy. You're wrong for trying to shame people for being addicted to their phones. Because, you know, one of the reasons why you refuse to be in a relationship is because of the fact that you know that you don't need a phone to escape, you know? So it's like, I just can't imagine, like, somebody not boring the motherfucker out of me, man. I can't imagine, like, and that's so depressing to me. Like, when I think about couples, like, I think about people I used to be with and how, like, I was so in love with them and then I fell out of love with them and then I fell in love with somebody else, and that makes me want to slit my wrist. It's like, maybe I just think about that. Maybe I don't know if I'm just, like, wrong for that, but it just makes me so sad. And it's like, people I know, like, I remember them when they had somebody in their life that they were, like, so into, and then they fell out of love with them, and now I don't know why that just makes me so sad, but Maybe it triggers my abandonment issues or something. Anyway. It's harder trying to be something that I know I'll never be. You know, it's like that Nirvana song. Kurt saying that, like, all of his friends are in his head. That's exactly how I feel too. If he actually killed himself, I would understand why. Because it's really depressing living in this world and then being conscious of things and feeling so alone in that consciousness because most of the people around you, like, they're just boring people, I guess. I think it's just an issue of, like, you know, one-dimensional people. I think that most people are just extremely one-dimensional. That's why they live by slogans, you know? Slogans and hashtags. It's like, people were already simple-minded before the internet. They were already simple-minded before social media destroyed them. Social media destroyed whatever was left, okay? Especially with women. Because women, I think, are naturally prone to, you know, fixate on anything image-oriented. Because they want to be liked, they want to fit in. They want to seem a certain way to the general public. And I guess maybe I always knew that I would never do that. So I stopped myself. Like, I realized that shit when I was in high school, you know? Like, I'm not gonna ever vibe with these people. So I became an alcoholic. thinking today, like how crying like makes me feel better, you know? Like crying is very cathartic, and when I cry, I really am in my most natural state. I have this friend of mine who's also mentally ill, and he and I were hanging out one night in like the parking lot of my workplace. I was working at this little Asian diner. We were just like chilling in the parking lot at like 2 o'clock in the morning, and I couldn't stop crying. And front of him because he's crazy, so he doesn't give a shit. He's not gonna freak out. He understands the dual reality thing. And he and I, like, we tried to have something, you know, romantic, and it was just so weird. It was like attempting to fuck a mirror, you know? I don't know what to do. Aside from what I'm doing now. I feel so broken. And I said that when I started doing this channel, I wanted to be open and honest about what this is. Even when it's ugly and people shit on it. When do they not shit on the things that I do? It's fine. I'm just going through something. I don't need to be on medication. All because I'm uncomfortable. But yeah, like, when I cry, I'm comfortable with that. But other people are so uncomfortable because of it. It's pretty funny. I think that's funny. I should say that tomorrow. If I end up going on stage. I might not. I think I understand why I play the way I play. It's so aggravating. There's no way to win talking about this stuff. Because if you talk about the things that you experience that are kind of rough, people assume that you want to have everyone feel sorry for you. That's not it. I'm not a victim, and I'm not gonna run from anything, all because it's painful. But then, if I start to act a little less batty, and people are like, "You're not crazy. I don't think you have schizophrenia." Shut the fuck up. You don't know me, bitch. You don't know me. All you know is what you see. And you don't see all of it. No matter what this channel might suggest. I know I shoot a lot, but I'm telling you, this is a very small portion of my life. And I live so much of it in my head, and I do think that's painful, but I can't imagine not being this way, you know? Like, I think about songwriters that write really amazing love songs, but they can't save their marriage, you know? I mean, I've talked about Billy Joel. Maybe you write a song for the person that you wish you were. Maybe you write a song because you want it to be that way. Maybe you write a song because you want to hold on to the feeling a little longer. Well, I think about my jokes. Think about all the jokes that I've ever told. And how they don't allow me to break the mold of myself. 'Cause I'm just stuck in my ways, and I'm analyzing my ways. As if that could fix it. Do it. It's like they can't move on from something. It was their torch. At least they tell themselves that. How am I like that? How am I like that? You know, these people that they tell the same story over and over and over again so they could relive the glory. Or maybe it wasn't such a good story. Maybe it left them so bloody that they want everybody to know just how low they were willing to go. But it's like you're trying to validate something within yourself, and I think that's what art is. You're just trying to understand that part of you that only you could understand. And I think that's why comedians warm up to other comedians and songwriters warm up to other songwriters. And there's a level that normal people will never comprehend. If they don't have that inside of them, they gotta get it out. They gotta get it out. And it doesn't matter how many times I'm on stage. It doesn't matter how many times I play the same chords. You know I'm gonna play them way more. It'll never be enough. 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 It's true though. That was a lot. I feel like I said so much in that song. And still, I didn't say anything. It feels, you know, because I'll have people tell me, you know, when I perform, they're like, oh, I said so much. I'm like, did I though? Did I? They're just saying that because I say way more than other people, you know, because people don't look at comedy like it's a place to tell the truth. And that's fine, you know, that's just one style of comedy. Most comedians are just trying to make people laugh, or they're just trying to, like I said, validate themselves, validate something that they've experienced, you know? And I can see that. But I guess maybe I've just been gaslighting myself this whole time, thinking that that's not why I was doing it. Like, oh, I'm just doing this because I need people to know the truth. It's like, well, if they don't want it, they don't want it. Like, they just think you're fucking entertaining. You know, Ronit's been asking me about that. Like, why do you do this if you don't get anything out of it? Like, she's calling bullshit on it, you know? Because she knows that, like, a part of me needs it. But even if I wasn't doing it on stage, I'd still be doing it somewhere. I'd be doing it in my head. I'd be doing it in my house. But I guess it's like I have this audience inside my head. And it's always going to be better than a real audience. You know, because I guess I see the futility of the real audience anyway. Because I know it'll disappoint me in the end. So even if I do well, and even if people like it, and even if people laugh or they get something out of it, and I'm glad that they do, it's still, like, you can never stop. You know, the cycle just still keeps on fucking going. You can never relax. You can never take a break. I mean, I think that's the reason why I'm still on drugs, you know, because it's like, it just feels like this ongoing pressure, and it just, I can't imagine that ever going away. Well, I mean, at least not in my actual reality. In like a dual reality, I can imagine it. But like in this other reality, I'm a completely different person, you know? You don't know. Maybe some of you know. Some of you lucky ones.